Web3 gave the internet ownership, identity, and trust. The next shift goes further. AI agents won't just help us browse or transact. They'll reason, coordinate, and act across systems on our behalf. That is the Agentic Web. The web has evolved by adding new capabilities, not by replacing what came before. Web 1 was mostly about reading. Websites published information, and users consumed it. Web 2 added writing with platforms, social content, comments, uploads, and participation. Web 3 added ownership, using tokens and decentralized trust, so users could hold digital assets and identities. The Agentic Web adds reasoning and action. Instead of interacting with every tool yourself, intelligent agents can understand goals, make decisions, and execute tasks on your behalf. Web 3 was a major breakthrough, but it was infrastructure, not autonomy. It gave us digital ownership, decentralized trust, smart contracts, and tokenized value. That changed how systems record, verify, and exchange assets. But smart contracts still follow predefined rules. They do not understand a goal, read changing context, negotiate options, or decide what to do next. Autonomous intelligence fills that gap. The next layer is not just decentralized execution. It is systems that can interpret intent, plan actions, and adapt as conditions change. The Agentic Web is an internet where AI agents can pursue goals, reason through options, coordinate with other agents, and take action across digital services. They act for people and organizations, but not outside accountability. The key idea is bounded autonomy. Agents may be powerful, but they operate within trusted governance frameworks, where identity, permissions, audit trails, and policies define what they can safely do. This shift is bigger than a better search box. On the traditional web, the person does the orchestration. Search, compare, read, copy, decide, and repeat across many sites. The web is interface first. In the Agentic Web, the person defines the outcome, such as booking travel or researching a market, and the agent coordinates the steps. It can call services, use tools, consult data, and work with other agents. The experience becomes outcome first. Less manual navigation, more delegated execution. Software now has to optimize not just for pages, but for completed tasks. No single breakthrough creates the Agentic Web. It emerges when several layers work together. Large language models provide reasoning and language understanding. Agents turn that reasoning into plans, decisions, and actions. Protocols like MCP and A2A let tools and agents communicate. APIs connect existing software. Identity controls who can do what. Blockchain can add verification and trust. Cloud infrastructure provides scale, while vector databases supply memory and context. The key mental model is orchestration, intelligence, action, connection, authorization, verification, and scale combining into a new web architecture. Within that architecture, MCP and A2A solve two different coordination problems. MCP gives an agent a safe, standardized way to discover and invoke tools, databases, documents, APIs, and enterprise systems. That is how the agent takes action beyond conversation. A2A handles collaboration between agents. One agent can ask another specialized agent to perform work, share context, and return a structured result. Together, these protocols turn isolated assistants into an operational network, where agents can access systems, divide tasks, and coordinate workflows across the business. Before an agent can touch sensitive systems, we need to answer a basic question. Who is acting, and are they allowed to do this? A verified agent identity makes the agent recognizable across tools, platforms, and organizations. Permissions limit what it can read, decide, and execute. Credentials, enterprise identity, OAuth, DIDs, and trust scores all add evidence that the agent is legitimate. Audit trails complete the picture by recording what happened. Without this layer, agents are easy to impersonate. With it, autonomy becomes accountable and secure. In the Agentic Web, blockchain's role changes. Instead of being the whole user-facing application, it becomes the trust layer underneath agent activity. Agents can call services, trade assets, execute contracts, and coordinate across organizations, but they need shared proof of what happened. Blockchain provides provenance, audit trails, governance rules, smart contracts, digital asset ownership, and verifiable records. That makes autonomous systems more accountable. The strategic shift is important. Blockchain becomes less about replacing every app and more about giving AI-driven networks a reliable foundation for trust. For enterprise leaders, the key point is that the agentic web does not replace the technology stack. It sits on top of it and connects through controlled layers. Business users express goals. Agents break those goals into tasks, use LLMs to reason, and call tools through MCP. MCP becomes the safe access layer into APIs, databases, SaaS apps, and legacy systems. Underneath, identity defines who can do what. Blockchain can provide auditability and provenance where trust matters. Cloud supplies scale and resilience. With observability and human review around it, autonomy becomes manageable, governed, and enterprise-ready. In practice, agentic systems appear wherever work spans tools, policies, and decisions. Operational agents can help source suppliers, route support issues, onboard employees, or coordinate shipments. Knowledge agents can research legal precedent, track compliance obligations, or support healthcare coordination. Technical agents can write code, monitor systems, and resolve incidents. None of this is purely theoretical. The shift is that these agents gain more autonomy, more access, and the ability to coordinate with other agents across the business. As autonomy increases, trust has to scale with it. The risks are real. Agents can hallucinate, take unintended actions, expose data, inherit bias, or be impersonated by attackers. Enterprises do not solve this by banning autonomy. They solve it by surrounding agents with controls, verified identity, clear policies, scoped permissions, human approval for sensitive actions, continuous monitoring, and audit logs. The principle is simple. Give agents enough freedom to create value, but make every important action governed, observable, and reversible. At the ecosystem level, the bigger vision is agents representing real-world actors, individuals, companies, banks, healthcare providers, and governments. The value comes from trusted coordination across boundaries. A personal agent might verify identity, request a loan estimate, share approved health data, or interact with a government service without each system needing a custom integration. Protocols like MCP and A2A support communication and task handoff. Blockchain and decentralized identity add verification, auditability, and trust. In this future, secure interoperability is not optional. It becomes a core capability and a competitive advantage. Looking toward 2026 to 2030, think in signals, not certainties. The pattern is clear. Agents are moving beyond helpful assistance inside software. First, they become discoverable services, bought and sold through marketplaces, and able to transact with other agents. Next, they start functioning like digital employees, handling roles across finance, sales, operations, and support. Over time, some organizations may become increasingly autonomous, coordinating human and AI work through tokenized services and shared protocols. Finally, agents extend into the physical world, powering robots, infrastructure, vehicles, and devices. The agentic web becomes an operating layer for digital and physical economies. Ultimately, the big shift is from pages and platforms to agents and outcomes. Web3 gave us ownership and decentralized trust. The agentic web adds reasoning, autonomy, and collaboration. To make that safe, identity, governance, and auditability matter. Blockchain becomes the trust layer underneath. The strategic question now is, what should your agents be allowed to know, decide, and do?